Welcome, everyone, to Ring of Honor Wrestling. It's Ian Riccaboni, Nigel McGuinness, and Caprice Coleman coming to you from Sunrise, Florida.
This match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it will be contested under pure wrestling rules. Approaching the ring, accompanied by Big Bill, wrestling out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 191 pounds. He is representing the Firm, Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty.
Huge rematch this week on Ring of Honor Wrestling. Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman, Nigel McGuinness. Nigel, it was Tiger Style versus Sneaky Style, and Tiger Style won out last week with a little help from the Firm.
A little help from his friends, indeed. Big Bill on the outside, certainly proving a distraction. Will that be the case again tonight?
Well, we will find out. Caprice, as one of your favorites, one of my favorites, is out for revenge here tonight.
That's right, Sneaky Style in the house, and this song is downloadable. Rocky Romero rapping itself. Give it to him, Bobby.
His opponent, wrestling out of Los Angeles, California, weighing 176 pounds, Rocky Asuka Romero.
And you can find all of Rocky's original music, including the Roppongi Vice theme, one of my favorite jams, on Spotify, Apple Music. Just search Rocky Romero.
I'm a huge fan of the versatile artists in the industry.
And this song, Nigel, you and I talked about it. It's about Rocky's goal of becoming the IWGP Junior Champion once again, but having Rocky Romero on that title instead of Black Tiger.
Certainly a lot of pride in Rocky Romero, one of the true veterans of this sport. We talked last week, starting out one of the peers of Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson, back in the New Japan Dojo. Wait a second, look at earlier.
Oh, look at, yeah, looking for that Diablo armbar. And this is pure rules.
That is rope break number 1 used by Lee Moriarty.
You get 3 rope breaks. If you exhaust them, you can be pinned, submitted on, between, underneath the ropes. You get 1 closed fist to the face, results in a warning. A second results in a disqualification. 20 count on the outside as we see a standing switch. If someone interferes upon your behalf, huge fines, potential suspensions, potential dismissal from Ring of Honor.
Certainly that could be a factor if last week is anything to bear in mind, with Big Bill looking ever so ominous there. And there you can hear him slapping on the mat with it.
I tell you what, that may have been the fastest rope break in Ring of Honor history. That's just the fastest one I've ever seen. That was like 10 seconds into the match.
I don't know about that, Caprice. I've got some of those a little bit quicker against Clam Digger Danielson in my day.
Okay. I'm talking about an I've seen, man. I don't know. That was close.
Up and over, wrist lock here. Hammerlock exchange, and you can go back and watch those great matches on Honor Club, which you're watching right now. Is a beautiful stalling snapmare there, and Rocky Romero off the ropes. Here he comes, full head of steam. Connects on Moriarty. Asuka. Now, Nigel, you had mentioned that Rocky Romero, who had recently lost his hair to Volador Jr., you saw him on social media doing something?
That's right, wearing a cowboy hat. I think he was maybe a little bit... Oh, hold on a second.
Whoa! Now cover.
Trying to cover up that short back and sides, perhaps.
Now, who would say he wouldn't wear that anyway?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, he's got drip. As we see the double wrist lock here. Looking for the ankle pick is Moriarty, but great submission game here.
Certainly Romero has started well, technically extremely sound. More experienced of the two competitors, and oh, look at that. Surely that's got to be considered a rope break.
Oh, but
who's rope break?
That is rope break number 2 used by Lee Moriarty.
What? Wait a minute. Now, referee Stefan Smith, who's called a few pure matches.
I don't know if I agree
Great
with
referee.
that.
I think when Rocky Romero got to the ropes, he had the hold, he had the hammer lock on. And so the official doing the right thing, calling a rope break for Moriarty.
An interesting strategy there, Caprice. I think you picked up on it too. He had to restrain from using that closed fist. Instead, that split second going to the elbow there, the point of the elbow.
That point of the elbow, man, rubbing the skin, can tear the skin, that can tear the skin, just like a blow to the head. Just as dangerous. It's like that rug burn goes deep, bone to bone. Sharp bone to flat bone.
Oh, and here's this dancing again. The Tiger style.
Hey, man, if you got that swag, put it out there.
So you're saying I shouldn't be doing that?
Nah, bro, come on, bro. You've been dropping bars every week. Come on, bro.
Well, we're seeing Moriarty go to the face. Nigel, does this do moves like those hands to the eyes and nose? Does that take you mentally out of a match?
It annoys you considerably, certainly. Hold on. Oh, look at that.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now those rug burns there, they can burn for the rest of the match. If you ever had a rug burn on your face, imagine having them in your eyes, and when you're wrestling, they burn, and you have to open your eyes to see.
Once you
And back to this hammerlock.
Once you lose that eyesight, it can take away the majority of your offense. Very, very smart strategy.
And your reaction time.
Into a front face lock. Nigel Moriarty keeps going back to the hammerlock. His game plan well established, but Rocky back to his feet here.
That's certainly a good strategy from both competitors. Oh, wait a second. Big Bill playing loose there, taking some risks. The official didn't see it.
Get one.
And
Rocky Romero issued a warning for the use of a closed fist strike to the face.
Wow.
It's amazing.
And
Man, Stefan saw the punch, but he didn't see the interference.
And there is a beautiful flatliner in the corner.
I think it was Moriarty going to the face of his opponent, and perhaps, hold on.
Two.
It was Moriarty going to the face of an opponent that perhaps angered Romero and caused him to use the closed fist.
And how dangerous is it, Nigel, arguably the greatest pure champion of all time, to fight with one closed fist? That'll cost you the match.
I don't think there is much argument, though, that I certainly am the greatest of all time. But I'll tell you what, the current champion certainly has a good argument.
Certainly does. As Katsuyori Shibata on his way. That open challenge from Alex Coughlin still outstanding as Rocky takes out the leg of Moriarty. And Big Bill trying to get his fellow firm mate Moriarty back into this thing.
So Moriarty looking at Stefan, that split second gave Rocky the escape that he needed.
And the right misses. Rocky Romero, the chops, the forearms here, has to change up the game plan to throw those forearms. He's on thin ice with that closed fist Irish whip reverse. And Rocky, rewind, catches Moriarty. Charging in, caught again. Rocky around the world. DDT, plants Moriarty.
See the ricochet?
Hooks the leg. Oh! Just two there.
You see the ricochet, the way that Moriarty bounced off that mat there with his neck, like his neck has springs in it. No neck has springs. Moriarty's in a lot of trouble.
Certainly when you're facing a veteran like Rocky Romero now, trying to put this match beyond the reach of Moriarty.
Oh, and again to the eyes. Oh, that pump handle. Moriarty up and over. Back elbow catches Rocky off the ropes. Moriarty comes full head of steam. Rocky catches the arm. Catches the arm. Diablo armbar.
He's in the middle. He's in the middle. He's in the middle.
And it's locked in. Moriarty has to go to the ropes.
Long legs of Moriarty there.
That is the third and final rope break for Lee Moriarty.
Now as he rolls to the outside, a little bit of respite.
And that's number 3. And this is where the match changed trajectory last week, Nigel, on the outside.
Romero's learned his lesson. Big Bill better be careful. Oh, look at that.
Oh! And here comes Rocky. Flying knee. Moriarty now with 3 rope breaks. Rocky can now pin, submit Moriarty in between, underneath, on the ropes.
This evens things up for the interference on the outside.
Shiranui hooks the leg. 2, and wow.
But Moriarty in a bad place now. No rope breaks left, and this is certainly Rocky Romero's match to lose.
Now let me ask you a question, Nigel. When you used to run out those rope breaks on people, does this make you turn it up a notch, or does it take it down a notch for you?
When you realize that you have the opportunity, you turn it up 100%. Put the pedal to the floor.
And open hands, exchange across the chest. The sweat popping, flying off the bodies of both men.
Open hand palm strikes. Moriarty.
Oh, Rocky looking for Shorenoy once again in the corner. Caught by Moriarty. Great counter. It's Moriarty. Oh. Planting it down. 2 and no. And the Tiger Driver 18 gets 2 there.
Look, disbelief on the face of Moriarty. Oh, hold on.
Oh. And going back to that arm, Nigel, he was focusing on it so much earlier with those hammer locks.
Yeah, and last week as well, I guarantee it won't have healed 100% in 7 days. Here it comes.
Oh, nobody home on the side kick. Rocky up the ladder with the knee, right on the jaw. Moriarty charging in the corner, caught by Romero. Itsagiri stuns Moriarty, both men up top.
Rocky's in control, though.
Oh, plants him down.
That's the 3rd time. There's nowhere to go this time either. He had his game plan in lock.
And Moriarty trying to go to the ropes.
It doesn't matter.
Rocky trying to.
It doesn't matter, Riccaboni.
And Moriarty taps. That's it.
The winner of this match by submission, Rocky Asuka Romero.
It's the pure rules that have proven to make you wrestle. It's the pure rules that eliminates everybody from the outside the ring. You gotta go hold for hold, move for move, strategy to strategy. Rocky Romero comes out with the win.
2 different matches, 2 different weeks. The only difference, the pure rules, and Rocky Romero, the veteran, utilized it to perfection.
Huge victory here for Rocky Romero, avenging his loss last week against Lee Moriarty. And fellas, it's 1-1. What do you say we do best out of 3? I'd love to see these 2 go at it once more.
Absolutely.
Sign me out.
It's an event for the ages. On Sunday, August 27th, will you be there live?
All in London, Wembley Stadium. Amazing blockbuster announcement. That is massive.
Iconic. AEW All In. We celebrate Wembley Stadium, baby.
Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime experience when AEW All In takes over Wembley Stadium. Tickets go on sale Friday, May 5th.
The most dominant champion in Ring of Honor Women's World Title history is back in action, this time again in Proving Ground style. Angela Risk, if she can go 10 minutes or beat the champ, she gets a title match against Athena. Well, fans, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion has been dominant. Will that reign of dominance continue here?
This is an ROH Women's World Championship Proving Ground match set for 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, wrestling out of Dallas, Texas. She is the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the Fallen Goddess, Athena!
21 in a row under the Ring of Honor banner. One of the most dominant champions, male or female, in the history of Ring of Honor. Athena has just been eviscerating the competition.
She has to have the most wins in a row with a title as well. She has defended this title almost every week.
Angelica Risk.
And there you see Angelica Risk. Nigel, you and I were both talking. Angelica Risk, a product of the Nightmare Factory, really inspired by her mom, who was a single mom, raised her and her siblings. Draws a lot of strength from that. She's going to need it here against Athena.
An admirable backstory, if you will, but her opponent tonight, Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, doesn't give a damn.
That was perfect timing.
And just crushing Risk.
Athena has been doing such an incredible job raising the prestige of the Ring of Honor Women's title.
And she might be the best champion, period, whether it's Ring of Honor, AEW, New Japan. I don't know how you argue against her record, the fact she's taking these Proving Ground matches when she doesn't have to.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that Ring of Honor has the most dominant female champion across all rosters.
Well, you said it, Caprice, but you got to think, how exciting would it be to see Athena against one of the other champions? Oh, on the brand of Jade Cargill, Jamie Hayter. course, makes one think about Wembley Stadium, London, England. AEW all in. Whoa, wow.
And Angelica Risk was all in for this match. Unfortunately, she may have been cashed out by Athena with that wheelbarrow facebuster.
Well, she got all of it.
She certainly did. And Nigel, you started mentioning names like Jade Cargill. I'm thinking about the Outcasts maybe. When may we see some of those athletes come to Ring of Honor? And are they ready? Are they ready for someone like Athena?
Good Lord, right in the mush. Good Lord.
Folded her like an accordion that nobody wants to play.
A fallen goddess making a statement to the heavens.
And Athena just playing with her food now. Angelica Risk is trying to fight back. This is a great, admirable trait, but Athena, wait a minute, roll up here. And in these proving crowd matches, we've seen these athletes try and step up. Is anybody going to try and run out the clock? I mean, I think that's the only way anybody might get that title shot at this point, just by trying to last the 10 minutes.
Here's the thing with Athena, man, is every win builds up confidence. Every win gets that snowball just a little bit bigger. The only thing that I can say is she can slip up, take somebody for granted, and they can roll her up and get a pin.
Has been known, but the way that Athena looks now, her confidence, her bravado, the way she walks down to the ring every time, it just gets better week by week, in my opinion.
I agree.
Just the chin lock with the knee on the point of those vertebrae. Angelica Risk trying to fight back. The crowd here in Sunrise, Florida, getting behind her.
She's talking about a champion that has everything. She has strength, she has ability, she has innovation, she has character, and she's got spunk with a killer instinct.
Well, she better not unleash that killer instinct on Mike Posey.
More spunk than Posey by the looks of it.
As Athena in the corner sends Risk. Oh. I'm impressed. Risk is showing me something here. Risk is fighting back. She's giving it all she has, and she's standing up to Athena. She's trying to go toe-to-toe here.
She's taking all risk, Riccaboni.
Ducks the right. And Risk! Opportunity here. Can she capitalize? Hooks the leg. Wow. Athena has taken Risk's best shots. Has lived to tell the tale. In trouble here. Don't waste time, Angelica. Go for it.
Oh! Second time she tried it, she nailed it that time. She's fired up. Risk is fired up. She has a short window of time, though. Nigel.
What an incredible opportunity this is for Risk here from the top. It's usually Athena we see putting matches away from the top.
We know
Could this be a twist of fate, a change of fate?
Athena doesn't stay down long.
Crossbody caught. One arm. One arm. Athena on the shoulders. Oh, slams her down. Rolls through. She's not done. She's back up on her feet.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. Looking for one more. Risk trying to block it. The struggle. The battle. But it's Athena back to her feet again. Dumping Risk this time. And the confidence just oozing from Athena, Nigel.
Yeah, Risk with a great showing, but that seems to do nothing but irritate the champion, who's ready to end things now. Watch out.
Oh, no.
Oh! That's it. Cancel it.
The gory bomb into the knees, and now the crossface. Angelica Risk, that's it.
The winner of this match by submission, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Athena!
Oh, she's got to let it go here. Athena bringing out the best in everyone. Great effort for Risk Caprice.
I think Athena had just crossed another level in her championship reign to where if she thinks about it, she can do it. There's a level you get to where you just think about it. I want to try this, I want to do this, and you start doing it, and you start winning even more. This is a dangerous level to be at, especially at a champion, Nigel.
She She has confidence, she has poise, she is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, and everyone better be afraid of the fallen goddess.
Oh, no.
Match is over.
No, this... Can we find her? I don't want to suspend her. She's must-see TV. But can we find her? Can we make it? Oh, calling out Sky Blue. Oh, no. Oh, that's the Skyfall. Skyfall.
Onto the title.
Sky Blue's finishing move onto the title. Are you kidding me? A message sent loud and clear from the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Athena. World Television title is on the line as champion Samoa Joe defends against longtime rival Christopher Daniels.
This match is set for one fall, a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Approaching the ring is the challenger, wrestling out of Los Angeles, California, weighing 215 pounds, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
History being made here tonight, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, the first ever Grand Slam champion in Ring of Honor. He wrestles once again for the Ring of Honor World Television title against the man he's faced for the Pure Championship and the World Championship, a man who's eclipsed over one calendar year as the World Television Champion.
His opponent, wrestling out of Huntington Beach, California, weighing 310 pounds, he is the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Samoa Joe.
And in Ring of Honor history, there's only been 7 individuals or teams that have held a championship reign, Nigel, for over 400 days. If Joe defeats Christopher Daniels, he joins a pretty exclusive club that you and 6 others are in.
Joe already so synonymous with Ring of Honor. He would certainly be on any route, Mount Rushmore, but of course, so would his opponent there, the bald-headed Chris Daniels, a man who I admired from the very first day in Ring of Honor. He is a man who put this brand on the map. But will it be enough tonight when he faces, in my opinion, Caprice, one of the most fearsome competitors I've ever faced in Samoa Joe?
You know, I believe every Superman has his kryptonite, and I think if anybody on this roster, on any roster, knows Samoa Joe well, it's Christopher Daniels.
And the bell is off. Caprice, to your point, 92 times these two men have been in the same ring. 18 times in Ring of Honor. Joe with the 3-1 advantage, but Daniels has that singles win against Joe.
How many people can say they have a singles win against Joe?
Listen to that reaction for Samoa Joe. If that doesn't inspire confidence in the TV champion, I don't know what will. Not that Joe needs it.
In a long storied history between these two men in the ring together 92 times by my count heading into this bout, this being the 93rd. Across many organizations have competed for the Ring of Honor World title, the Pure title, and now the television title. They've teamed together. It is not unusual to see these two men in the ring. The last time they were in a Ring of Honor ring together was back in 2015 when we thought we were seeing Samoa Joe for the last time in a Ring of Honor ring. Of course, that's not the case. One of the most dominant TV champs we've ever seen here in ROH. Off the ropes, shoulder tackle, but he's got to get through Daniels, former Ring of Honor World Champion. As we hear the crowd, 2 of the all-time greats here in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, split.
Yeah, they're split. hooks the right. Sticking and moving the forearms. Daniels in tremendous shape.
Yeah, always.
Wow.
And just bent into a new shape there.
It was the shape of Samoa Joe that he ran straight into.
And these Larry Holmes-style jabs just driving Daniels down into the corner. Planting from the back foot, that unorthodox style, but he makes the most of it.
Well, it's so incredible the way he controls his movement. No wasted motion. Oh, but that motion lands every time.
That's torque, velocity, power, impact in less than 2 seconds.
And hooks the cover. 2 count on the lateral press there. The World Television title, certainly one of the most prestigious titles here in Ring of Honor, gained its world status. It's been defended in Japan. It's changed hands in Japan. It's changed hands in the UK. Changed hands in Canada. Certainly a world title by any definition. And Joe now ranks 3rd.
Well, that's right. Now it is in the hands of Samoa Joe, which are gripping onto the trapezius muscle there, into the shoulder of Christopher Daniels. Now, of course, Caprice, you don't want to put words in Christopher Daniels' mouth, but Samoa Joe had a lot of the offense, thus far. If you're Christopher Daniels, how do you combat the fearsome Samoa Joe?
You try to wait for somebody like Joe to make a mistake, and he doesn't make many. The hard thing is how much damage can Christopher Daniels take? The older you get, sometimes those things, they add up to you, and it's harder to recover.
And Joe very methodically, every movement counts, Caprice. You're absolutely right.
And I've got to be honest, Caprice, if you wait for Samoa Joe to make a mistake, you might be waiting a long time. You've got to make him make a mistake.
And Daniels going right for these forearms here. Back of the elbow to the back of the neck. Off the ropes, charging. Hooks the leg, 2, could it be? 2 count only.
Yeah, you can't give somebody like that space, man. Samoa Joe, all he needs is a breath of fresh air to recover, and he just proved it right there.
Christopher Daniels was trying to change strikes with Joe. Never a good... watch out, here it comes!
Coquina clutch blocked. Rolls up, 2.
Now, this is where I feel Christopher Daniels has the advantage. He knows Joe's playbook like no one else.
Swing and a miss. And it's Daniels with a jawbreaker. And STO plants Joe. And Nigel, you know that when he plants an opponent by the corner, he looks for that BME. Joe getting to his feet, though, right away.
Yeah, best moonsault ever, and certainly Joe very familiar, very aware of that fact. So getting back to his feet to avoid it.
Kick in the midsection. Now second rope on the inside. Daniels. Complete shot-style move. Lateral press, hooks the leg, 2, and...
You got to look there, the size of Samoa Joe when Christopher Daniels hooks the leg to try and get the pinfall. Samoa Joe is a monster.
Calling for the Angel's wings. Can he get the monster up here, Nigel? The arms butterflied. Oh, no.
Yeah, that was too big of an angel right there.
Ducks the clothesline. He likes that Uranagi. Don't know if it's going to work against Joe. Up and into the corner. And Joe with Daniels in the corner. We've seen this.
Yeah.
Muscle buster.
That's it, Riccaboni. I promise you that much.
Got him.
The winner of this match, and still Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Samoa Joe.
Joe's pursuit of history as the longest reigning world champion continues on his quest to become the undisputed king of television, the longest reigning world television champion. He will soon pass 400 days. He is chasing down Dragon Lee and Jay Lethal. They're the only men that remain in front of him for that honor, Nigel.
Indeed, adding another name to the list, Christopher Daniels. A very good showing tonight, certainly hasn't lost a step. But tonight it was Samoa Joe who stepped on Christopher Daniels as he furthers his reign as a Ring of Honor TV champion.
And the Code of Honor adhered to fans. What a great bout for the Ring of Honor World Television Champion.
AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling present Forbidden Door. This will be a special night.
On Sunday, June 25th, the Forbidden Door will open yet again.
What a war! What a bout!
It's one of the most anticipated pay-per-view events of the year.
Unreal!
Where dream matches become reality and new stars step into the light. AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling present Forbidden Door.
Fresh up being announcer Best of Super Juniors, Robbie Eagles of TMDK challenges world champion Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World title. Wow! Okay. And I knew the match was signed, but seeing is believing. And I'm a believer in TMDK.
This match is set for one fall, and it is for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Approaching the ring is the challenger. Let's get up Jamestown, New South Wales, Australia. Weighing 176 pounds, the Sniper, Robbie Eagles.
A rare American appearance for the newest member of New Japan's The Mighty Don't Kneel. Robbie Eagles, a junior ace, and that's who's given the world champion trouble. We'll see if he's enough trouble to walk away the new champion here tonight.
His opponent, wrestler out of Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing 232 pounds. He is representing Blackpool Combat Club, and he's the Ring of Honor World Champion, Claudio Castagnoli.
Rarefied air as a two-time Ring of Honor World Champion, Claudio Castagnoli. Nigel, every time we hear Tchaikovsky, the 1812 Overture, I see the little sly grin on your face. You love everything that Claudio's about.
Indeed, and nothing but respect for this man as a professional wrestler and certainly as the Ring of Honor World Champion. There, the bombs, the rockets ejected, and certainly Claudio Castagnoli will throw a few big bombs himself in this one. Right now his opponent, the Sniper, Robbie Eagles, has his cross-set hairs clearly on the Ring of Honor World title.
Now, Nigel, I have an interesting predicament as we see the richest prize in Ring of Honor held up high and proudly by Stefan Smith. I have a question back to you. Can you be proud of his accomplishments as a wrestler and take issue, as we see the Code of Honor, with the things he's been doing to the elite on Dynamite as part of Blackpool Combat Club? He's been anything but respectful.
Well, I think Caprice would agree with that, but to your point, I don't know. I think when you have the dominance of the Blackpool Combat Club, you earn yourself a little bit of right. You know, you have the ability to enjoy that status, so to speak. I do the same thing. This is a battle for dominance in professional wrestling, and the Blackpool Combat Club are doing it.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that, Nigel. It's what's done in the middle of the ring. I think my only setback on there is that he used to talk against it himself, and now he's doing the very same thing he talked against.
Well, he learned from his experience. He realized the error of his ways.
Ooh, wow. Beautiful there, up and over, Robbie Eagles. And look at Eagles, the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Wow, basement kick there.
That's the trouble we was talking about, that the junior heavyweights give our champion.
And Claudio, a couple of weeks ago on this very program, issued that open challenge. Surprised to see Eagles here, but
wow, look at that.
But really, anything can happen here. Ring of Honor, anybody can show up at any time, much like an All In coming up in the UK, August the 27th. Oh, goodness.
August 27th, Wembley Stadium. I'm certainly going to be there. It's 100 years of Wembley Stadium, 100 years of Warner Brothers. only fitting that AEW celebrates its milestone at 100% all in there in London.
Did you see that release on the suplex on the way down? My God, he threw halfway across the ring.
There certainly will be matches like this in Wembley. Forget about a forbidden door. It is an open door as far as Tony Khan is concerned. The world wide open, so much talent. Dream matches you've only ever imagined will be on that card. Oh!
Robbie didn't land flat on that. It's like he landed on his shoulder blade.
Certainly an awkward landing for Eagles, and that will not work well for him as this match continues.
And we've seen this beautiful Eastern-style abdominal stretch, this trap. And he's used it so well to neutralize his junior heavyweight opponents. That great defense against Grand Metalik against AR Fox. Part of his game plan, and it's worked quite well.
You definitely want to keep a high flyer grounded, and that's what the champion is doing, keeping him grounded, neutralizing him, trying to hurt him as much as he can while he's on the mat.
Look at the joint manipulation that Claudio is using there. That is one of the benefits of being in the Blackpool Combat Club. You learn things from every other member, whether it be Bryan Danielson or Moxley. They all bring a slightly different style to the game.
Look at Eagles trying to fight back. The Sniper trying to get back to his feet. And you got to wonder if TMDK member Zack Sabre Jr., who we've seen in Ring of Honor, if he's watching. You got to wonder if Haste and Nichols are watching, if Bad Dude Tito are watching, and if there's any relationship or if things get so heated that we might see them against the Blackpool Combat Club down the line.
Well, I tell you what, Riccaboni, if somebody that I'm friends with is getting a world title shot, I wouldn't miss that for the world.
Oh! And has an opportunity there, but it's Claudio back to his feet. Kicks through the head of Eagles.
Who would you see next in line then, Caprice, for the champion?
Oh! Downstairs. Oh, and Eagles. And we might have a question of who the champion may be coming out of this, Nigel. As Eagles, wow! Takes it to where Eagles soar.
The Sniper there with pinpoint precision. And again, back to the left knee of the champion. Good strategy. Claudio with the height advantage. Eagles, trying to take it away.
Continuing to go after that knee, neutralizing that left knee, which takes away some of Claudio's power moves. Certainly can't say all as he's off the ropes. Oh, connects! Shining Wizard to the chest of Claudio.
Robbie's showing me some intelligence here, sticking and moving. He found his game plan with the knee, and now he's shooting high. Hit right back to the knee. This is gorgeous. And Nigel, my answer, wow. My answer would be Brian Cage right now.
Oh, that's a great pick. As Eagles stacks Claudio too. You got to think Samoa Joe might be in line as well as the television. I mean, just absolute dominance. Cage is a great pick.
He's 8-0.
I can tell you from experience as a former Ring of Honor World Champion, when you hold that title, the world is gunning for you.
And Eagles gunning for that knee. He's been incredibly successful now working on the hamstring as well. But the strength of Claudio, he may be looking for the big swing, but
he's not going to be able to pull it off.
Oh, he can't even plant right now on that left leg. He's going to try and power through it. And it allows the Eagles to get up and over. Pulls up the champion, stepping through the leg. Oh, there's that Eagle lock. Locked in. Ooh. And Claudio gets to the ropes.
Not often that you see the champion go for the ropes as fast. Sounds like the Sniper knows exactly what he needs to hone on into, and he's eliminated 25% of the champion's arsenal.
Look at that, certainly the champion in trouble. Great technical background, but a simple punch to the face will do the job.
And look at Eagles go to work. This would be an upset, to say the least, if Robbie Eagles were able to dethrone the champion here. But he's got a shot. He's got more than a puncher's chance here as he rolls through. Connects to the midsection. It's Eagles grabbing the champion. Sliced bread. Standing sliced bread. Cover here. Hook the leg. Two. Could it be? No. Wow.
Robbie's not standing still, though. He's still in motion. Up on the top rope. Riccaboni, if he hits this, whoa!
Great adjustment from Eagles. Mid-flight.
Wow, the Falcon Arrow. Hooks the leg. Champion, no.
Wow, did you see what Claudio did there?
Yeah.
After the pinfall attempt. Let's take another look at that if we can. He hooks the leg. You can see his hands were apart.
Right.
He was trying to prove a point. I don't have to hook my hands to beat this guy, and that arguably was a mistake.
I saw that as well. If those hands would have been clasped, that match would have been over with.
Hold on a second. Backslide. 2 and no. Just a 2 count. Challenger back up to his feet. Catches the hips. 2 and no. 2 count there. Champion back up. Challenger ducks the right. Off the ropes. The Challenger pop up. Caught. Hurricane Rana. He has the legs. 2 and no. Just a 2 count only. The Challenger back up. Champion takes down the Challenger with a lariat. Hooks the leg. 2.
No.
Wow.
Eagle is in a lot of trouble right now just because of the impact that the champion just gave him. Can Eagles continue on with the movement that he has? Eagles has put in a lot of work. He needs to capitalize on it.
Eagles has certainly shown me something here tonight. He stepped up to the champion. And right now, Claudio is going to have to earn this if he's going to retain the title.
And the series of kicks stun the champion. The Challenger has been in control this entire match.
Oh, not now, he's not.
Oh, no. Oh, and he's got the arms straight jacketed, the knees to the spine.
Oh, my goodness.
And Riccaboni. 2, got it.
The winner of this match and still Ring of Honor World Champion, Claudio Castagnoli.
Sensational effort from Robbie Eagles in his return to Ring of Honor competition. But what a great shot, a man who's becoming synonymous with the Ring of Honor World Championship, Nigel, able to find a way to put away the Challenger.
Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli. Let's see what he's got to say.
Did you have to shift out of first gear?
Oh, wow, come on. Really?
I don't know about that, it might have been second, but certainly Castagnoli showing why he is the Ring of Honor World Champion. Blackpool Combat Club, proud.
Sky Blue, we have witnessed the disrespect that the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena has been displaying towards you. You asked for this time. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is Athena, your disrespect and your audacity to stick your nose in business that's not yours, to come to the top of the ramp and not come all the way down to the ring and face me face to face, and to bully every female in that locker room just to assert your supposed dominance that you clearly don't have. So since you want to pick me as your next victim and you want to pick on me, you want to bully me, even though I'm the one busting my ass for everything I've earned in this company, why don't we do this? Why don't we have that singles match that everybody wants to see? And why don't we just add a little cherry on top and make it for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship?
All right, well, let's see if she accepts your challenge.
This one could get crazy. 10-man tag team action on the way as the Kingdom team with the varsity athletes to take on the Dark Order Stu Grayson, Action Andretti, Darius Martin, and Best Friend.
Thy kingdom come.
10-man tag action on the way here in Ring of Honor.
This is a 10-man tag team match, set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Team number 1, first being accompanied by Maria Kanellis-Bennett, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven, the Kingdom. And be accompanied by Mark Sterling, Ari Daivari, Tony Nese, Josh Woods, the Varsity Athletes.
What an assortment of 7 individuals. This is a group I did not anticipate seeing together, even after this match was signed.
Oh, heap of people.
Right. The Kingdom and the Varsity Athletes in the same place, Nigel. You think they have anything in common?
Well, I think they're all very talented, very attractive, and if you talk of talent and attractiveness right there in the center of your screen, the epitome of both.
Their opponents, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Best Friends. Action Andretti. Representing Top Flight, Darius Martin. And representing Dark Order, Stu Grayson.
Well, if this team's coming out with 8 people, this is a 5-on-5 match, a 10-man tag. We talked about it before we got going, though, Caprice. There are 4 high-quality, high-octane tag teams that are right in the mix with the Lucha Bros. We heard last week from the Kingdom, but the varsity athletes, they want the tag gold. Best Friends do. Dark Order, Andretti, and Martin, you name it. 5 teams, in fact.
That's right, the Kingdom's out there as well. And, you know, I think whatever team can mesh together, the best is going to win. This is like a gang war. And the only way to win this thing is everybody on one side unifying with the same common goals, and that's to win.
Certainly will be about cohesion, to your point, Caprice. But to that point, which side do you see having better cohesion?
Well, I want to say Andretti's side, but when they were coming out, I saw the Kingdom and the varsity. They instantly got together. And that's just from my visual aspects.
I see them much more on the same page as, yes, to your point, Ian, the Code of Honor respected at least at the beginning of the match.
Right, uncharacteristic for the Kingdom. Swing and a miss. Andretti looking for revenge. It was 2 weeks ago when Andretti and Darius Martin were defeated by the Kingdom. Up and over. Andretti, of course, coming to the aid of Darius Martin.
Sore losers in my book.
Sore losers, Nigel. The Kingdom, there's no reason the Kingdom...
The Kingdom picked up the win. That's all you should care about.
That's the right, and it was really Martin, Top Flight, who got inside the head of the Kingdom back at Final Battle.
It's like the Kingdom at this point are like throwing away matches just to get, didn't want to cut off Andretti there.
And a wrist lock here. Now, it's interesting. They're so inside the head of Darius Martin, who tags in, and Dante Martin. They've got inside the head of the Kingdom. Oh, wow. That the sole focus of the Kingdom has been Andretti Martin.
Let's break it down kind of early here.
And look at that. Woods getting the shots in on Taylor. And Stu Grayson sends out knees.
Taven and Andretti are the legal people, am I right?
I believe Martin and Taven, okay. But at this point, we might need to reset.
I'm so glad I'm not a referee.
We need at least 2 or 3 out here, I think, Nigel.
Yeah, with this number of competitors in the match, it's certainly going to be chaotic. Oh!
And Chuck Taylor delivers on Taven. And, soul food into a half and half dragon suplex there. And Stu Grayson with the exclamation.
Well, that's tag team cohesion right there, if we've ever seen it. Isn't that right, Nigel?
Well, it was, but the official allowing very broad use of the rules. No 5 count applied, and certainly the Kingdom's opponents making full use of it.
We talked about it last week when the Best Friends were victorious as Trent Beretta is in. It's been the goal of Best Friends their entire career to be Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions as Nice connects with a clothesline. That's the one title that's eluded the Best Friends. Nice tagged in. There you see Maria. Nigel, you had some nice things to say about Maria.
Always got nice things to say about Maria. The intelligence, the beauty, she has it all. Mike Bennett, a very lucky man.
They cut this ring off on Trent Beretta. That's all they're going to need. 5-on-1 person. No man can stand up to that.
Especially athletes the caliber of Nice. Look at that, just absolutely chiseled. You talk about good-looking people.
And wait a second.
Hey, Taylor takes a bullet for the team.
It's like some Ricky and Robin stuff right there. I love it.
And Beretta makes the tag, as does Nice. It's Grayson. Daivari in. Grayson takes down Nice. Daivari down. And overhead belly to belly. And wow, the Olay gets Woods out. And Grayson.
That Grayson's balance is on another level until he ate that foot from Nice and the knee from Beretta. Oh my goodness.
Boston Bayonet, Darius Martin in and down through the ropes. Connects on the rewind. And kick of the king from Taven. minutes. Action, and Andretti with a neck breaker. Oh, Woods, butterfly suplex. And Woods so close to his hometown, the last man standing, back in with Grayson. Of course, Woods was a four-time All-American at the University of Central Florida in Orlando. But from Southern Florida.
Oh, wow, look at that.
God.
Looked like Grayson was trying to escape out of the hold and instead just got flung halfway across the ring.
Andretti clears out the last of the varsity athletes,
Here
and
we
here
go.
he comes.
Caught that Andretti right there. That was nice.
Let's take another look back at that if we can. Just watch the height here from Andretti. Oh!
And as we go back to live action, Nigel, Taven is up on top. It's Beretta who follows him back down, gets him to the second rope on the outside, and he's going all the way to the top.
Is he going to try to suplex Taven? Or to the rest of the people?
In bowling terms, that is a full strike.
And they all fall down. And we're going to take a look at that again. Look at the impact and the displacement of 8 other wrestlers. The first folks back to their feet, we have Grayson and Daivari, who traps the arm.
Tell you what, Grayson has been the MVP of this team so far tonight, in my opinion.
And he's been the MVP since returning to Ring of Honor back at Supercard Caprice. Absolutely, Andretti makes the tag in.
Taking his time, he wants to make sure. Oh, hold on.
Oh, boy.
What are they doing here?
Are
we going to get an answer? Just happen to do it when Grayson's in control, huh?
Yeah, isn't that a coincidence?
The Righteous have been spying Dark Order for the last couple of months. We have yet to find out their intentions.
You say Dark Order, I say Stu Grayson.
Come on, Stu!
It's tough to tell. Oh, you hear it there. Oh, wait a minute, in the ring, Daivari gets 2 on Andretti, ducks the clothesline, super kick from Andretti. Now up top, the Righteous still in the aisleway as Andretti connects. Beautiful neck breaker, hooks the leg, 2, and got him!
The winners of this match, the team of Action Andretti, Stu Grayson, Darius Martin, and Best Friend.
Well, that's not fair for Daivari. Clearly he was distracted with the Righteous coming out here, and Andretti capitalized. What a cheap shot.
Well, I think Grayson was distracted too. Everybody was distracted.
And Nigel, I'm not one to agree with that. I felt the facetiousness in that statement, but I don't know what to make of this. And neither do the Kingdom or the varsity athletes. They're in disbelief because Grayson on the winning team was succumbed to the enchantment of the Righteous. And now he's trying to explain himself, and he's got a lot of explaining to do now because he went out there.
Yeah, you see, voluntarily.
Right.
This one leaving more questions than answers, certainly.
Oh, well, hold on. Yeah, let's do it. 8, yeah, the 8 people. Yeah. What a hug. And the double bicep from John Silver. Your winners, Best Friends, Action Andretti, Darius Martin, and Stu Grayson. Questions abound.
Athena, I caught up with Sky Blue a little bit earlier, and she mentioned that she felt extremely disrespected in the fact that you couldn't even come down the ramp to talk to her face to face.
Oh, is she?
However, she did issue you a challenge for your Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Do you accept?
For my championship. She wants to fight for my Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. That's it. That's it. You know what, Lexi? That has to be the funniest.
I'm not Lexi.
Lexi, I think that you've overstepped today. So, bye. Sky Blue, if you pull that gear out of your ass for 2 seconds, you would realize the reason why I didn't come down to that ring is because you are not worthy to stand in the ring with me.
But you know what? Since you want to pop off, run your mouth, I'll entertain your challenge. So yes, I will see you next week. And you know what? Let me just get something straight right now. Just because you've been coasting on your sex appeal doesn't mean that you are worthy of this opportunity. And not only am I going to make an example out of you, I am going to embarrass you and show the world that you have never belonged in All Elite Wrestling, and you sure as hell don't belong in my women's division. So, Sky Blue, step up or step out.
La Faction and Gobernables. Pero Peligroso Preston Vance goes one-on-one against the debuting Rich Adonis.
It's time they didn't care who I was till I put on the mask. Took it off and threw it right in the trash. Put that side of my
This match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the accompanied by Jose, the assistant, wrestling out of Detroit, Michigan. Weighing 221 pounds, he's representing La Faction, Ingobernables, Pero Peligroso, Preston Vance.
Sometimes a change of attitude can spark some winning ways. Preston Vance, Pero Peligroso from La Faction and Gobernables. Undefeated in Ring of Honor competition thus far.
His opponent, Rich Adonis.
Oh. You speak Spanish at all? Pero Peligroso. What does that mean?
I don't.
Ian.
I know this young man. He's going against this young Adonis guy from Georgia.
Oh. Code of Honor adhered to Pero Peligroso's dangerous dog, Nigel. Every dog has its day.
And it may not be Rich Adonis' day tonight.
Yeah. Caprice, you've actually wrestled Rich Adonis.
Yeah, he's a young guy. I want to say from Georgia, young upstart, great-looking kid. Just looking for an opportunity, man.
And you know what? He's been knocking on the door. He's been sensational in independent competition, has a superb record. That's why he's here in Ring of Honor. But here you see Preston Vance adopting the Roosh technique, Caprice.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he's doing. He's dominant on the outside, using everything on the outside as a weapon to put you on the inside and then finish it off. This could be a very short match if Vance has learned anything from Roosh.
A great start from Vance. Learning a lot from the Viscount of Violence, but now taking his sweet time, but I think he's earned it.
Big clothesline in the corner. What is it like, Nigel, to have a former world champion in your ear helping you progress at a young stage in your career like Preston Vance is?
Yeah, I think a great asset, no question about it. I mean, I never actually had someone teaming in the same faction, if you will, but certainly early days in Ring of Honor. Oh, hold on a second. Look at this, finally Adonis, spark of life coming back.
One knee, misdirection, single leg, staggers Vance. Now charging in, nobody home. Vance up and over.
That's it, man. This kid can move.
Ducks the right. Wheelbarrow. But the strength of Vance, too much here.
Yeah.
Slingshot, wheelbarrow suplex.
Oh, my goodness. That's the difference about being on this stage in the Indies. A lot of things that work on the Indies will not work on the stage here, and Vance proves that very fast with Adonis. This might be over, Riccaboni.
And the fingers were locked, and Vance connects.
That's going to be enough.
Discus lariat, and there's the 3.
The winner of this match, Preston Vance.
It's always great to see young talent like Rich Adonis come into Ring of Honor. But Preston Vance continues to develop. Nigel, undefeated here in Ring of Honor. You got to like what you saw.
Very impressive, no question about it. He's going to be very happy now, as with his faction mates. It's certainly bigger tests to come for Preston Vance.
Hey guys, big win for you tonight. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. You know, the numbers were stacked against us in the beginning, but at the end of the day, Action picked up Ari, he dropped him, and he made him sorry. Tell him to him.
There is out.
Yeah, go! Pick his ass up! Pick his ass up! You going for a ride, baby? You going for a ride? Oh!
Bring this Melvin over.
Want to see your friend?
I got you.
Want to see your friend?
I got you.
Hey, you know what?
I got you.
Oh!
Show
we
him.
should call up Dante. Hey, Dante, are you? Oh, he's still hurt. He's still hurt.
Oh, you got the big win tonight. You look like a winner right now, you moron. Here, code of honor.
Look at this fool. Hey, Darius, tell your brother.
I'm an honorable man, haven't you heard?
Nothing but respect for you, brother. Welcome to ROH, boys.
Sky Blue looks to continue her winning ways, her undefeated streak here on Ring of Honor as she goes one-on-one with one half of the Renegade, Robin Renegade.
This match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, wrestling out of Dayton, Ohio, Robin Renegade.
Now this is interesting to me, Caprice, Nigel, because correct me if I'm wrong, 2 weeks ago in Robin's match against Willow Nightingale, I could have sworn there was 2 Renegades.
Well, I've always questioned your eyesight, Ian. Have you had those glasses checked or not recently?
Well, there is Robin and there's Charlotte. They're not twins, but they are very close looking alike.
Her opponent, wrestling out of Chicago, Illinois, Sky Blue.
Sky Blue, though, make no doubt about it, no bones about it. Undefeated here on Honor Club. Victorious with the Sky Fall. And really looking to step up to the plate as one of the top stars contenders here, Nigel, coming out. You know, Athena trying to make her mark as the women's champion. Sky Blue stepping to the plate saying, hey, maybe I want next.
Yeah, she certainly has got the champion's attention, no question about that, but will she do enough to earn a title opportunity? Certainly she needs a divisive, or rather a demonstrative victory here against Renegade.
And I think the question we've been having about Sky Blue, and the same thing you brought up, Nigel, is that Sky Blue have that killer instinct and that kill switch that the champion has definitely developed.
Nice sunset flip there, Sky Blue, 1, 2. Renegade, good counter, 1, 2, just out of the sight of Stefan Smith there. Stack Sky Blue, wow, 2. Oh, kick to the midsection there. And fans, of course, this weekend, Ring of Honor returns to Universal Studios. Limited tickets remain. ROHTIX.com. Join us on Saturday and Sunday. See your favorite Ring of Honor stars. Great inside wrist lock takeover there from Sky Blue.
Giving herself a little bit of space. She's going to take it here.
Oh, nobody home. Renegade catches Blue.
Very awkward landing.
Yeah, you see the way her knee torqued on that one?
Oh, and the ankle, and now the forehead smashed against that post.
I'm not sure torque is a word, Caprice. Did you just invent that?
No, torque is a word when your knee turns in a certain torque. Yes.
Torque.
It's an American word.
Okay.
Hooks the inside leg. 2. Wow, very close 2 count.
Forgive me, Caprice, I speak English.
The King's English. Yeah. Charging in, double knees. Snapmare takeover there. I'm gonna see myself out of this conversation as Robin Renegade. Oh,
they'll promise you that John Turkey's looking his word up now just to see who's right.
Oh, and the fish hook there.
Tell you, we asked a question about whether Sky Blue would do enough to earn a title opportunity. Robin Renegade has started to impress at this juncture in the match. Maybe she will step past Sky Blue herself.
I tell you what, man, we've been seeing a lot out of Robin lately in the singles competition, and she's always proven herself well. Isn't that right, Riccaboni?
Absolutely. Sky Blue coming back with these forearms. To me, it's been Sky Blue and Willow trying to rocket up the charts, but if Robin Renegade can defeat Sky Blue, suddenly there's a torque in the situation. There's a wrench in the situation, because then the top contendership, I believe, is pretty fair game for anybody, as Sky Blue sends Robin Renegade to the ropes.
That word qualified now, Nigel?
Certainly not.
And there you see a beautiful Hurricane Rana from Sky Blue. I'm going to have to look that up, Caprice. I have 2 degrees. I don't know if that's a word. Up the ladder with the knee. Up the ropes. Wow, nice. Single leg.
That's dead center, too. In the middle of the ring.
Ooh. 2 count only. Robin Renegade able to find her way out. Resilience
Not
here.
enough torque on that boot, certainly.
Oh, the full Nelson. Fingers not locked. And nice trap crucifix pin. 2 count only. Women's division's never been better. Athena, the flag bearer, swing and a miss with the leg. Robin Renegade, Sky Blue. Look at just attack the onslaught of Robin Renegade. 2.
Very close. Renegade doing the right thing, dragging her opponent away from the bottom rope to make sure that Blue couldn't touch the rope to break the pinfall attempt. Show some intelligence there.
That also may have been what caused the timing for Sky Blue able to be able to cook out.
The split-second decision, so tough to make. Super kick from Sky Blue as Robin Skyfall countered. 1, 2. Robin Renegade countered Sky Blue's finisher, but back into it. Skyfall got her.
The winner of this match, Sky Blue.
The winning streak here on Ring of Honor continues for Sky Blue, who remains undefeated on Honor Club.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. It took 2 times for Blue, but picking up the victory in her sights clearly on the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Athena.
A big test in front of the man that can do it all. The Embassy's Brian Cage, undefeated in trios action, 1/3 of the 6-man champs. He will go one-on-one against the debuting Brock Anderson.
This match is set for one fall, a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the accompanied by Prince Nana. Wrestling out of Chico, California, weighing 272 pounds. He is representing the Mogul Embassy and is the co-holder of the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Championship, the Machine, Brian Cage.
Nigel, you and I were talking before we went on the air tonight. Could Prince Nana ever find a new crown jewel? I think the jewel has found him in the Mogul Embassy, Brian Cage.
Indeed, an incredible piece of jewelry, if you will. The centerpiece of the Embassy, and he'll be shined up real nice tonight.
His opponent, wrestling out of Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 220 pounds, Brock Anderson.
Caprice, it's been a big week for the Anderson family. Bouncing back, our hearts were with them a couple of weeks ago. And to respond to tragedy, to come back for both Arn Anderson, who returned to manage Wardlow to the TNT Championship, and now to see Brock Anderson debut here in Ring of Honor, it's got to make your heart warm.
Yeah, man, these guys are definitely from my hometown. I've trained with Brock a lot, getting him ready for AEW, and he's definitely has a heart for wrestling. It's definitely in his blood, and he has a big test ahead of him now.
Sometimes it's difficult when you're a second-generation superstar, big expectations, but Arn Anderson trained him well, not just in the ring, but mentally as well outside.
And Nigel, as you would know, a lot of this game is mental.
Yes, it is, certainly.
And I like the strategy here. Anderson's waist lock, a simple waist lock, is making Cage move and making Cage expand energy here.
But one thing that he's doing is he's checking. He was checking Cage's level. Sometimes when a guy is big, they can't move up and down. So if you start low, you move high. Sometimes you can find an off balance on him. But it's hard to find with somebody like Cage that moves so well and is so powerful.
Nigel, what would your strategy be against a guy as big and strong as Cage? I mean, is Morishima might be the biggest comparable to this guy in terms of power, but the agility, Morishima, with all due respect, didn't have his agility either.
Yeah, there's certainly something to that. If I was in here against Cage, I would get moving. Get on my bike and just keep away from the big man. Let him expend some energy chasing me. Get out the ring, take all the time you want. There's no rush.
And Cage maybe trying to anticipate that strategy. Cage trying to stay close, but walked into that. The DDT from Anderson.
Man, that Anderson DDT never gets old. Never Riccaboni.
Shades of his father, indeed.
And it stunned Cage. Brock is suddenly back in this match with these big right hands. And those straight from his father also. It's like we're watching a mirror image. Off the ropes. Big back elbow sends the big man down.
Whoa. How often do you see a Samir elbow taking Brian Cage down?
Very impressive.
Drops to one knee to get Cage. Big body slam.
Let's go!
And Cage, who's been on a heck of an undefeated streak, 9 straight ROH Sanctioned bouts. That is in jeopardy right now as Brock Anderson. Big boot, caught. Oh, that's just raw power. That's just raw power.
Yeah. It's going to end it.
Oh, Texas Cloverleaf.
He's close to the ropes, though. I hope he knows it. I hope Brock knows he's close.
Trying to make it to it. He does.
Gotta think Texas Cloverleaf, painful enough with an average competitor, but with someone the strength of Brian Cage, that has to be excruciating. Oh, no.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a cradle. 1, 2. And Brock Anderson showing us a lot here. Oh, goodness.
God, kill switch is on.
Oh, no. Cage.
Yeah.
Plants. Anderson.
That's going to be
down.
enough.
Cover 2. Got him.
The winner of this match, Brian Cage.
Make it 10 in a row. Whether it be in single or 6-man, 1/3 of the 6-man champ, Brian Cage, your winner. And Caprice, you called it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
These wins keep going. Cage is going to find himself with a singles title opportunity.
I would love to see either him, Samoa Joe, and either Castagnoli. Either one of those matches would be fantastic. And we could be seeing gold around what may be the crown jewel.
A double champion, perhaps. Cage, your winner. Great effort from Brock Anderson.
This May.
Unbelievable!
Will you be there live?
Oh my God!
For one of the most anticipated weeks of the year. On Wednesday, May 24th.
We are live!
AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage will take over the MGM Grand Garden Arena live. Then, on Sunday, May 28th. AEW presents Double or Nothing live from the T-Mobile Arena on pay-per-view. Tickets are on sale now. Go to AEWTix.com.
Willow looks to continue her ascent back up the Ring of Honor Women's Division mountain, but in front of her stands someone who can match power and strength. It's Willow versus Steph DeLander. Oh, yeah!
This match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, wrestling out of Long Island, New York, Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, I'm Caprice Coleman. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to get the microphone to Ricky Bones.
Oh, Caprice. Outside the field, baby.
Get it, Bo.
Turn it up on time. Ian Nigel and Caprice back on the rhyme. Willow is a winner 5 straight in a row. There's no limit to where she'll go. You should have seen her almost beat Athena. Wins the title belt and you'll surely have to queen her. But you take advantage of opportunities of her. Willow Nightingale in Ring of Honor.
You spoke over Bobby Cruz there.
Code of Honor here to Steph DeLander.
Wow.
And Nigel, you're absolutely right. That was a broadcasting mistake. I get so excited when Willow Nightingale is out here, especially Steph DeLander, who's been the muscle, the hired gun of Matt Cardona on the independent scene. this Australian star.
My goodness, she can move.
And she can go power for power with Willow.
Only a towering, imposing figure in DeLander.
See how Willow changed levels right there. Went to impact. And
seeing a front face lock here. Shot to the knee. DeLander, built on strength. Nigel, you're familiar with DeLander as well as I am. Ooh! She might be one of the few wrestlers that can go shoulder to shoulder with Willow.
Yeah, certainly has been able to stand up, match her strength, and almost move for move. Oh! Certainly DeLander would like to pick up a victory here and get into title contention herself.
Ooh! Big Enziguri, and I'm going to have egg on my face if I cut off Bobby Cruz and Steph DeLander gets back in this, which I believe she will.
Yes.
If she should defeat Willow.
Steph is definitely making a great impact with the opportunity she's getting, especially somebody like Willow, who is on a hot streak right now. She's like 5-0.
Nice snap suplex there. Cover, hooks the leg. And how many people have we seen suplex Willow?
Right?
Got to be impressed with DeLander. Certainly she wasn't thinking up raps before this match and writing them down on McDonald's napkins.
Oh!
Well, I could tell right out the back when Steph got in there, she was going nose to nose with Willow, and Willow had to change levels on her before she could get any impactful move on Steph. So this is definitely a hard test for Willow and a great opportunity for Steph.
Certainly is. Steph's been outstanding in GCW. She's fought in the main events there. Hooks the leg. 2. And again, finding herself in the spotlight. Recently had an action figure announced as part of the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, of which Mark Sterling is also a member.
You ever have an action figure, Riccaboni?
I do. I have a Micro Brawler. It's produced by Ring of Honor.
Oh, right. How many of those did they sell?
One more.
They sold 500. The proceeds went to support the Bradbury Sullivan LGBTQ Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
You've got a big family.
Oh, nobody home for DeLander. As Willow with an opportunity here. I'd love a Willow or Steph action figure. And I have one of yours, Nigel. I have one of those great Ring of Honor figures
I'm
they put out.
surprised your wife lets you have action figures. You're a married man.
Oh, and she loves Willow, who connects with a drop kick.
What does your action figure say? Desmond Wolf, Riccaboni?
No, sir. The Babe with the power. Connects with a cannonball.
Willow has a kill switch. She would start taking it home right now if she needs to.
Ooh.
DeLander not going home. She's in for a fight.
Oh, beautiful spine buster by Willow. Stacks DeLander too. Got her.
The winner of this match, Willow Nightingale.
And that was a heck of a fight. And if Willow wants to challenge Athena, she's going to have to take on women with the power and the strength of DeLander. Great effort in her Ring of Honor debut for DeLander.
Absolutely, and I've seen out of Willow, we see every week she finds a different way to win. She's not just looking for one move. She's just trying to win the matches, and that may be what she needs to beat somebody like Athena.
Well, turn it down, Riccaboni's rhyme. Tonight, Willow Nightingale picks up another win this time. What do you think about that, Caprice?
Oh, you were rhyming?
Call the air traffic controllers and let them know there will be high flying ahead as the Spanish Announce Project and Helico takes on Comandant.
Viva!
This match is set for one fall, a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, he accompanied by Serpentico, wrestling out of Johannesburg, South Africa. Weighing 95 kilos, he's representing Spanish Announce Project and Helico.
Nigel, you're good with kilos. How much is he weighing in pounds?
2.2 pounds per kilo, so 95 times by 2.2. What is that? 190.219, 209 pounds. How'd you like that?
That was good. I was going to say 210, but you
Tamaulipas, Mexico, weighing 73 kilos, Commander!
73 kilos, Caprice. Over to you.
155 pounds.
Wow. Loving the mental math here. Mr. Wagner at Salisbury High School would have liked that as well when I was there, but we're going to like this bout. Get the air traffic controller on the line because we have two great high flyers. A battle of South Africa versus Mexico. Commander and South Africa's Angelico. What's interesting, Caprice, Nigel, about Angelico, extensive background in Mexico. That's where he got a substantial portion of his career. He made his mark, made his name in AAA.
It's going to be a very exciting encounter indeed. Two high flyers. Caprice, you were known for your high flying in your career. Who do you see as the advantage in this match?
I would have to. It's hard because Commander just came out new, but Angelico, man, he's had so much under his belt, so many styles.
Oh, look at this!
Yeah. And he's just a vibe. There's just like a vibe to him.
And that's what it needs, is something different, man, and that's what he presents.
Well, Commander, he's tremendous on the ropes. We saw that in his bout against Jay White a couple of weeks ago on AEW. Big boot. It's his first match in Ring of Honor since facing Elio Del Vikingo back at Supercard. Wow!
That.
Tornillo into the inside wristlock takeover. And Angelico back in smartly, closing the gap. Closing the distance with that big boot.
That's the things that makes the difference for me for a high flyer and luchador now. When you have that American training, sometimes a boot to the face, a punch to the face is all it takes to cut off the offense. Isn't that right, Nigel?
Very impressive, Angelico. Lean, sinewy. He certainly has a height advantage against Commander. And let's see whether he can turn that into a leverage advantage as this match continues.
And what a great bout this is. Fans, you can join Ring of Honor live this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, ROHTIX.com. To join us at Universal Studios. You can enjoy the action on Saturday or Sunday, or get the two-day package. Join us for both days as Ring of Honor returns to Universal Studios this weekend. As we see Angelico with the armbar here, really trying to ground the high flyer Commander.
When it's in deep like that, Riccaboni, it's more focused on the shoulders, sometimes grabbing the chin area. It's more of a vice grip.
And the Irish whip into the corner sends Commander down.
Angelico taking his sweet time. Must have something in mind.
Oh,
he did.
Wow. And that height advantage cost him there, Nigel.
That's some pace as well with the missed knee. And hold on, here we go. Oh. The action about to pick up.
And Commander!
My goodness! Can we see that again?
Yeah, let's take a look again. The rotation, the impact.
Taking one out of the Caprice Coleman playbook there. Saw you do that a couple of times.
Not hardly, I tell you that. Not hardly.
As we get back to live action, Angelico back in the ring. Commander on the outside, on the apron, sizing up Angelico. Instead of closing the gap this time, widens it.
I don't know if that means anything for Commander.
Rope to rope, springboard, cross body all the way to the floor.
Certainly taking some big risks here, Commander. One of the reasons he's created such a following in the professional wrestling industry is his willingness to take risks. A thing of beauty. We're about to see another one here.
Ooh. Wow, swan dive, sunset flip too. Amazing. The And that creates more torque. It creates more impact. That dive, wow. And Helico getting right back in with a nice back suplex. Stepping over. Oh, La Casita, 2.
Oh, that was close. What a
Beautiful.
feather in the cap for Angelico if he was able to beat Komander here. You got to remember, on any given night, any competitor can beat any other given night. It's just a question of probabilities. And right now, Angelico increasing his.
And drawing the attention of Serpentico of the crowd. And Angelico trying to get that probability up, that win probability added.
Oh, he's looking for it. Razor's Edge if he can get it.
Yeah.
Way up.
Oh, no, counter. Oh, goodness. Hurricane Rana into the corner. And Komander plants him. 2. He got it. Just a 2 count. Wow.
It's like a sunset bomb.
Yeah.
It's a snap sunset bomb is what that was.
And Serpentico looking on as Komander up the ladder. Wow! Plants it. Frankensteiner. 1, 2. Thought that was it.
Just not enough body weight across the shoulders of Angelico to keep the man down. And again, veteran experience now, a little bit of space.
Oh, Serpentico causing a distraction on the outside there.
And Angelico landed on his head. You can see his neck in a lot of trouble. But Komander is on the other side of the ring. Does he know where Angelico is?
Look at this. Incredible agility.
Are you kidding me?
And we gotta see that again.
Just watch the agility here along the top rope, and then a beautiful moonsault, landing perfectly. Back to action now, though.
Oh, wow. And back on the ropes. He's like one of the Walindas. Oh, running shooting star. 2, got him.
The winner of this match, Komander.
And what a victory.
I tell you what, every time you think you've seen it all, you see more. From the Kingo, Komander, these athletes, I've been a high flyer for so many years, and to see these guys come out and just add more to it, you can't have nothing but respect. Dominant, supreme athletes, great athleticism from these guys. A great win for Komander.
Nigel, this feels like the Ring of Honor of old, where you never know who's going to show up from what corner of the world. And we are so lucky to see these athletes.
This is what it was always about, Ring of Honor, the very best from every corner of the globe. A great example of it here. Komander, one of the practitioners, the future of Lucha Libre, evolving the style. Certainly a big future in this man's career, but Angelico, nothing to be ashamed of as we see the code of honor respected. I love to see it, perhaps another one down the line for these two.
Oh, wait a minute!
Hold on a second.
Serpentico? Are you kidding me?
And Angelico's signing off on it, too.
And there's no honor in this. There is no honor whatsoever in this vicious attack by Serpentico on the victorious Komander. Unbelievable. What? In Ring of Honor?
And he's running.
And that hand. Oh, Orange Punch. And Bandito's here too. Are we seeing an alliance carry over from AEW to Ring of Honor?
Well, we know Bandito very well from Ring of Honor.
Former world champion Caprice, absolutely right. For Caprice Coleman, Nigel McGuinness, I'm Ian Riccaboni. Happy wrestling, everybody.